Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is showtime. There's my new alt. Sorry. My new alt. Harry Mudd. That's an old school reference. I was surprised the name was available. But there's Harry Mudd. Pardon me, I am enjoying the last little bit of my dessert lollipop. And Harry Mudd is swinging a sword and shield, with the swap weapon being a hatchet, the ranged weapon. Not sure I'll stick with the hatchet, but I'll stick with it for now. I hope everyone's Guy Fawkes Day is going great. You may not have heard, but it's election day here in the U.S. We'll see how that goes. I am not particularly optimistic, sadly. Alright, we have to rejoin Sir Cursilla Wallen at Corbennick Castle, which is a long walk, so I'm going to be running for a while. As soon as the last little bit of my lollipop is gone, I will be diving head first into my adult leisure beverage, because that won't fix anything, but it'll make me care a little bit less. The polls are closing in parts of the U.S. Already closed, I think, in parts. So, now I remember when the elections were almost always actually decided on election night. Not after days or weeks of wrangling. Am I being attacked? I am. No, I'm not. Days and weeks of wrangling, and as we're going to see this time, I'm fairly certain, lawsuits. You guys, oh, the Beatles. The Beatles seem to be really aggressive. You can't even skin them for anything, which is just disappointing. There used to be a number of quests you used to get in this area, but seems like they have toned down the number of quests in the latest incarnation of the game. So we are headed for our first soul trial on this character. Basically a fight against a big boss. Solo fight against a big boss. Are those cranberries? Those berry berries. I forgot to do something. There we go. Ooh. I definitely want that. Hemp. Not because it's pot. Because of the prosaic need for fibers. My harvesting is now 20. Go me. I can now track farm plants. So We're going to get like 90 fibers total. 87, so we can get 21 pieces of linen out of that. Oh, we've got more. More hemp. My dessert is finished. My other dessert begins. Fibers. Oh my god. My harvesting's now 25. That was quick. Hemp can now be tracked. That's a good one to have, being able to be tracked because you want hemp. Even if you're not crafting, you can sell it. That and iron are the two sort of irresistible objects, or possibly immovable forces, in crafting. So we're heading to a fortress to face off with the rightful king? At least he'd be rightful if he wasn't, you know, a grinning, mobile corpse. Iron. This character was rolled up as a I can't even remember the name of the archetypes. Soldier, maybe? Which is longsword and shield as the main, and hatchet as the alternate weapon. And he gets 50 iron. Oh, sorry, 50 mining experience. Armor smithing, I think. Weapon smithing. And smelting, I assume. Mining, smelting, weapon smithing at 50. From the get-go. But a friend of mine who chose this as his first character, the same character type, character archetype. It took him like 20-odd levels before he ever even saw his first iron node. Because in the first days of the servers, the old hands were looking for iron and hemp non-stop. Because those two things, more than anything else, are kind of the bottleneck, certainly at low levels. And we'll grab a waypoint. Gimme, gimme, gimme. And we'll grab the turkey bits. Feathers and some poultry. I'm going to talk to Sir Priscilla Wallen. Not one of the more attractive models. I mean, not as, like, disfigured like Gawain is. Or Galahad. Sorry.
Here we are. Home. I look to the ramparts now.
Yeah. Oh, dang, 20 assets. Let's see, that's a 130, that's a 195. Easy peasy. We have to fight through Corbenic Castle to reach Gawain's Hall. He would have been better off not following me, I think. There's a Corbunny. It's Corbanic Castle, so they call it a Corbunny. When we hopefully beat Gawain in our first go at him, we'll then be going to get our mount. So we hit level 20. I'm not sure if they're actually saying anything or if it's just some sort of utterances. If they're saying anything in English, I'm not picking it up. And Margot Dubois, reserves the Dubois name. Okay, cool. All right. Let's go ahead and eat some food before we go in. That's always helpful. All right, here we go. And this is sort of a weird fight in that I don't really understand the various stages of it. I know at certain points you need to hit things other than Gawain.
My liege, it is now my honor to join you, without reservation. Raise your sword.
That's Gawain. You'll notice this guy's not wearing a hood, right? He has a beard, he's not wearing a hood. Now he's got a hood. And no longer has a beard. Apparently the beard, like, unwove itself and then rewove itself into a hood. Which is a nifty trick, if you can manage it.
Shall be the first to experience the king's
So I think, first of all, we have to, like, knock off 20 or 25% off the king. And then we get to fight Lochmere. He doesn't look very spry, so. He looks a lot more spry once he starts moving around, though. I'll give him that. Right, that was bullshit. Lochmere, take care of him. I will respond shortly. Lochmere taken care of. We'll chug-a-lug a quick potion. Ow. Now we need to hit the idols until they go away. And each time tears off a big chunk of his health as well. For instance, we get half health now and go 30%. That was Olawalegim. Wow. Olawalegim. 76, I think. That's the best I could do.
For the glory of Avalon.
I apologize. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Thank you. I was beating the one-time king, you know, undead guy. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. Were there no, like, boxes of that loot just sitting around? Nope. No boxes of fat loot just sitting around. That's somewhat disappointing. And now we're just going to run back to the quest giver. Ah! Oh, I fell on my keys. And we will have finished out the main storyline for the starting city. Or starting area, anyway. Of Monarch's Bluff, I think. Pridewind Town. Oh, we got a gator. We got a hungry gator. Wow, a pretty spry gator, I have to say. Quite spry for a gator, I would think. I don't have much experience with gators, but that seemed to be pretty agile. Didn't, really do him much good. After all, I am totally badass. We'll talk to Priscilla.
I am sorry I arrived late. Your courage, of course. With
Well,
the
yes,
Wayne
my courage is
exposed
pretty
and defeated,
impressive.
now
Gotta
that
agree.
I will go.
Definitely the case. Quests. We have 2 turn-ins back in town. And we'll just take the cheap and easy teleport there. Alright, unless, of course, this pig decides that it wants to play rough. Looks like the pig has thought better of it. And then we're going to go get our horse. Because a horse is a horse, of course, of course. That is a really old guy television reference.
Really? You found something? Look!
Well, pardon me if I'm skipping through the story stuff. I've seen it a bunch of times already. Yeah, we'll hold on to those. And they made her queen. Spoilers! She's got a throne on her head. She must be
I'm
queen.
glad you made it, but it... But what's next for you? You here in the days of... I know... So...
Alright, she wants me to go find Jonas. We got a hatchet. It's not as good as the hatchet I bought real cheap. It's one of the advantages to playing on a server a couple weeks in. You can buy quality weaponry really cheap. So yes, the pony must come first. What's the other quest there? That is... Giacomo. The housing guy. We'll grab his quest, but we will not be doing that one immediately. It's Will Sparrow.
Miserable thieves.
Miserable thieves.
Killing me is one thing, but stealing my life's work? Idiotti! It was my own fault. Foolish Giacomo.
Yes,
A place
foolish
of wreck.
Giacomo.
Well, you would have so many. If you...
Alright. We are here. We need to get there. And you'll note that we don't have any actual sort of waypoints realistically any closer than that. And that's not much of a gain, so I'm just going to hoof the whole damn thing. We're running. And we're going to be running for a bit. We will take any appropriate shortcuts. Shortcuts, I should say. Detours for any particularly usable, crafting materials. One of the nice little touches in the game, one I was never sure if it existed in any other game before. There's a speed buff for when you're moving on a street, on a road. Which is really, really a nice little addition. Also, if you have a mount, you can press the auto run, and it will follow the road. Now, mind you, it might take a turn you wouldn't take, or go straight when you wanted to take a turn, so you should at least pay attention. But really, I just think that's a really, really nice little feature. It knows when you're on a road. That's Jonas, but we're not going to Jonas yet because the riding quest will take us there, more or less. Practicing my turkey impersonation, you know, for Thanksgiving. It's important to have a solid turkey impersonation. I mean, do you really take seriously any streamer who does not have a solid turkey impersonation? I know I don't. Mostly I'm keeping my eyes semi-open. And specifically running across stuff like this. It's a shortcut, but it's not on the road. But it does give me a shot at seeing if anyone happens to have missed any iron nodes that might be sitting about. Because I would like more iron. Is that a turkey nest? Nope, that's a rock. Not a turkey nest, just a rock. If you've played the game for a while, you can pick up a lot of stuff that gets easily lost in the visual clutter. Iron nodes. Even if you don't have the ability to detect them, have them show up on your compass. And I have played the game for a while. We're now in Everfall territory, where I'm a stranger. Everybody doesn't know my name. Everybody isn't glad I came. Alright, now we need to recover corn from the wizard. Overripe corn. Ew! Can corn be overripe? What is it? What happens when it's overripe? Does it begin to spoil? I have no idea. Well, the fallow beetle's got to take it first. Retchers. They like hork up phlegm or something, and then they throw it at you. It's just nasty. Just nasty. There's no call for anything like that. Follow the wolf tracks to find Riker. Now, is this... Hey, if it isn't, Willie, how you doing? I made yet another character, yes. I now have 4 characters on the server. This one was created last night. That's iron. Iron's way more important than a sheepskin. I am definitely an alt kind of guy. I'm an alt player in pretty much all games where it's useful. And I don't want to burn out on my main and run through all the content. He's running around in Elysian Wilds right now. But I do check in with him regularly to cash in, because this character is not high enough to access the cards, the season's cards, but he is more than high enough to complete things for the cards. So it's like earlier today, I swapped over real quick and I had 5 completed stamps waiting for me, which was cool. All right, I have to defeat 3 wolves. Altered States. It's a movie I love. Altered States. More XP is Journeys. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been paying much attention to the chapters of the journey, really. A little, not much. Mostly I've been doing the cards. I'm up to 65, I think, now. Something like that. But the mention of Altered States, it is a movie I like very much. William Hurt. Blair Brown, I believe. I have it on Laserdisc. So many alts, hence Altered States. Yeah, yes, and you're right there as well. No, I'm a player who plays alts pretty much in every game. I'm one of those players who does. Guild Wars 2. In Guild Wars 2, I have 2 accounts. The main account has, at present, 37 characters, and there's 9 characters on the alt account. And yes, now that you mention it, it's possible I am crazy. Maybe more than possible. I'm going to go with likely. Certainly, it depends on the game for me. Generally, that is true. And I like games where I enjoy the leveling process. And I do in Guild Wars 2. I always have in WoW. Same thing in Lord of the Rings Online, Star Wars The Old Republic. This is a game I wish they allowed you to buy additional character slots. Because I would. Again, because the crazy thing, which we've established I am. I mean, I was an endgame raider in WoW in vanilla. When they were the high-end content doing Karazhan, AQ20, so on. So I have done my time as an endgame player. But it just doesn't interest me as much anymore. It's a classics game, so they don't expect you to have multiple characters. You don't have to. I would agree. I don't necessarily agree that they don't expect you, but you certainly don't have to.
Greetings, traveler. I have taken on a dawn. I came here with the old.
You can do the Final Fantasy XIV and learn all the weapons and all the classes on a single character.
Decades. Need my family. Yeah, I don't.
Right, I need to reclaim keepsakes. I mean, Star Wars Galaxies was a classless system as well, but it had limits in that it had a skill point-based system. You had a limit on the number of skill points. So you could build your build in countless different ways, but it certainly wasn't. You couldn't have one character had access to everything. Also, it had what would be an unthinkable thing for this day and age. It only allowed you to have one character per server. The only other sort of similar setup is EVE Online, where you can only have one character training skills at a time, and skills are trained in real time. So basically, you can only be gaining experience in one character at a time per account. So both Star Wars Galaxies and EVE Online historically had a lot of players playing with multiple accounts. That is a follow from Nibbana71, my second of the day. Welcome to my humble little stream of misfunction, malfunction, dysfunction, and frequently complete and total unfunction. You're most welcome indeed, and thank you very, very much for the follow. Welcome. Hi, how you doing? Marietta Walcott. Oh, a heal potion. I'm certain that's cheating. I'm the only one allowed to take heal potions around here, young lady. Of course, she's probably not a young lady, given the fact that she's lost, and every time she dies, she comes back. Yeah, she's probably not young. Let's see. Oh. Pardon me. What else am I looking for here? 2. Collect locket from one of the lost. All right, none of the lost have barfed up a locket yet, so I have to keep killing. Kind of rude of them. Just want the locket. Don't make me kill all of you to get the locket. I don't want that, but I'll do it. That one doesn't have a locket. Ooh, potatoes. Nope. No locket on him. lock it on him. Lock it, who's got the locket? Oh, you didn't have a locket either. Come on, I gave you my very best pirouette. My spin. It was a beautiful spin move. You don't even appreciate it. Nope. He had a helm, but no locket. Alright, I see another one. Nope, that's a player? That's a... No, it's an NPC. Just standing there talking to themselves. Understandable. Alright, come on. Come on, guys. I'm not going to stop until one of you gives me the locket. So, I mean, come on. Fair is fair. I'll leave you be. Just give me what I want, and I'll leave. No? Anyone? Nobody? I murdered them all. Whoops. Upstairs? Nope, nope, there. And there it is.
Oh, come.
You're welcome. Not that way. Oh, that's right. That's Jonas. Right. I am going to, oops. Give you one of two universals in the game. Hemp, you go get it. Iron, you go get it. My harvesting is now 30. Excellent. That gives me access to all of the various roots and blooms and stuff that you just saw at the top of the screen. But we're going to run and get our mount. And here we are in Oxborough.
Oi, you're
Oi.
not Riker.
Alright, I'm not Riker.
You've done us as for the rich. There's no player in this
I'm-
town. Well,
Not only am I not Riker, who's an officer in the Federation, I'm also not Riker, who is a streamer. I'm neither of those Rikers. Weapon mastery, another point in sword and board. How many more we need? Where's 10? Currently at 3, 6, 7, 8. A couple more. Let's see. Critical. That's true. Faction as well. Yep. Well, I already grabbed the breadcrumb for the Guardians. Just out of town there. That's what I was doing, running around trying to find the locket or whatever it was. Slowed foes. These slows? That staggers and stuns, but I don't think that's a slow. I already grabbed that one. That seems useful. And also another point and hatchet. Rending throw hits a target with an active debuff, an additional 20%. Probably eventually good. Increases the duration of disease and weaken while hitting targets below 50%. Not sure about that. Definitely sure about that one. We've got two more. First 2 points in Everfall, as I always do. Start with the standing gain, and always, always, always storage. You cannot have too much storage. Talk to Florina. Ah, that's because I finished off the breadcrumb quest for the Guardians outside.
So you made it out of...
Pardon me if I'm skipping through the story stuff.
In fact, if...
I've seen it multiple times already because I play alts. So it is new to the game with the... or most of it at least, if not all of it, is new to the game with the expansion. Yeah, above house level, and the first house you get 9,000 gold off on. I always have to grab...
Step right up! Step right up!
That's an animation I find really annoying for some reason. I take the question to fight in an arena, but I don't really enjoy PvP. Which means I just unpin it and forget about it. I can... Back to the journal. Back to the... There we are. Don't need to keep the covenant pinned. What else we got? No other quests in town. Time for me to take the run. The long run north. The first riding quest you get from the horse, from the horseman, will take you to Jonas, or right by Jonas, which is the storyline quest. And I'm going the wrong way. And you can also, you'll end up going by the Covenant NPC. I think the Guardian's actually in town. The Guardian NPC. In Everfall. Sorry, I always call them, like a lot of people, I always call the settlements by the name of the map they're in. It's actually Oxborough Town, I think. Just like Windsward is Corinth, and Pridewind Town for Monarch's Bluff. But it's a bit of a run. My only real suggestion about it is to make sure you grab the fast travel point up there, because you'll need it not too terribly long in the future. And even once you've got riding, most of the time fast travel, if it's available, is going to be better, because like most MMOs, time is money. The time you spend traveling from place to place. Is that actually a doable? No. Level 45. Those things have got chunks of guys tougher than me in their stool, so I will not be taking a quick detour to get my ass handed to me. More specifically, to have my ass bitten off, chewed a bit, and then handed back to me. Pirates up there, if memory serves. Not very good pirates, because there's no water for miles around. Is a landlocked pirate really a pirate? They're just bandits. Pirates are the aristocracy of sort of open world robbery. Bandits, they're the country bumpkins. No one's making a Bandits of the Caribbean movie, you know? At a skull level, goat head butt you into the afterlife. Yeah, I understand there is at least one named goat who is no frickin' joke. I would expect more. And I was in a place doing basically what amounted to a jumping puzzle in Burning Sands. Blazing Sands, whatever the hell it is. It's pretty high up, and there are a number of goats up on like pillars and stuff, and if you're not careful, they will gleefully bump your ass off. Journal.
Do you sense it, stranger?
I sense it. I'm not sure what it is I sense, but I sense whatever it is you sense, because that's to my benefit. I am glad they did not make acquiring the mount a particularly onerous task. Many years ago, about 12. 12 years count as many? No, yeah, he has my head. I certainly don't have his. I actually wrote a blog for about 5 months, I think. And one of the blog subjects...
What's this?
The blog was on MMOs.
After all this time,
what a shock, I know.
on this island that revere the
One of the columns was the worst quest I ever played.
You wish to bond with the spirit of the beast.
And the worst quest I've ever played.
That demonstrates your soul is truly wild.
Wasn't like incredibly long or involved or anything like that. Yeah, I already did that. The problem with it, and it was the writing quest from Lord of the Rings Online. And the reason was, for instance, in WoW, when you hit the right level to be able to buy your horse, I think it was 40 in WoW, most people, or at least a lot of people, wouldn't have enough money for it. So they'd have to, start saving and skimping, and it was like level 43 before I could afford the horse in WoW. But when you got the horse, it was kind of a big deal, It showed that you were serious, willing to put in the time and effort to actually get up the level and get a horse. Latro, when you got your horse, you had to pay an exorbitant amount of money. I believe it was 4 gold, 220 silver. It's burned into my skull. But then he'd give you a quest to deliver a horse back to Bree Town. So you would get on a horse, you'd ride it down to Bree, and then you'd run back to the farm, Hengstacer Farm in the Bree Lands. And then he'd give you another riding quest to take one of the mounts and deliver it to Mickle Delving in the Shire. So you'd get on the horse and you'd do this, 10-minute ride across the entirety of half of Bree Land and the entirety of the Shire. You'd give him the horse. You'd catch fast travel back to Bree, and then you'd run to Hengstacer Farms again. And he'd give you another horse to deliver. And this one was 2 or 3 times the distance. It was timed. And the last part of the ride took you through an area with higher level mobs that would aggro you and could knock you off the horse. Also, If you hit water in the wrong place, it would dismount you. And in either of those cases, you had to go all the way back and finish it. Again, you would get to the delivery place in the North Downs, Othrakar. You'd then run over to Estelden. You would catch, again, the fast pony from Estelden to Breetown. You'd run to Hangstacer's farm again. And still you couldn't get the horse. He had an obstacle course he wanted you to ride around. This entire thing would take an hour and a half. This whole thing, it was just awful. It got to the point where people would get to level 35. They'd go, I can get my horse. Oh, shit, I have to do that quest again. So instead of being a quest that everyone celebrated because, woo, I got a new horse. I got my mount. It's cool. It's awesome. Instead, it became a terrible chore. And so instead of being something that was cool that you would celebrate, it became something you dreaded. And I did that thing 9 fucking times.
Do you realize what we've done, stranger?
Me and my alts again.
This changes everything.
No, he doesn't have my head.
Here, spirits of my ancestors.
My character is far handsomer than that, has a very different build, and he looks nothing like actual me.
Beneath the eternal blue
Also,
sky.
that's the cheesiest damn mustache
The
in the
bond
game.
between blood forged
Just
such
saying.
a bond takes time. My people, I have arranged the practice
See,
race
that's
for
an
you.
entirely different face.
Head to the starting line. This type of race is stay. You may
Fine,
find
fine. Give me the... Ah, jeez, the glass, my God. Open the Moon Shadow reward. Well, okay, I will in a second, but first. Sheet music. Yeah, I'm not sure. There may be a stupider beard. That's certainly possible. I wouldn't say that's not possible. And I have Moon Shadow. But I can't have it as Moon Shadow. I have to name it differently. I want to equip that one because I don't want to use the wolf one. I prefer the horse one. I want to rename it. Isabella. She hates it that I named my horse after her. Let's see. Mount up and get to the starting line. Yep. And we're off. We're horse racing buddies. Oh, yep. He made the turn before I did. And I got a wolf friend on me. He's going to beat me. He made the turn before. I forgot that was where the turn was. Yep, he's going to beat me. I feel shame. I mean, not that he's going to get anything for beating me that I don't get. But, you know, pride. We're not racing for, you know, pink slips or anything. We're racing for pride here. It's possible also that my horse was a little intimidated being chased by a wolf the whole time. In fact, I just vanished. I have no idea what happened to the guy in front of me, but he vanished, so he's not going to win after all. I am. Ha ha! Or, you know, possibly there was just instancing going on, and he got transferred to a different shard. Don't know. But what I do know is I win. Wait. I would like to thank all the little people who helped me accomplish this. I would like to, but there aren't any. I did it all by myself. I have to find the mysterious old man. Jonas. Oh, he's not here yet. That's right. He doesn't get here. You have to talk to him here first. Oh, that's right. Oh, that's annoying. I need to AFK for a sec. My cup runneth under. I should have went and talked to Jonas first. I screwed up. Get back on our pony. We will talk to... No, I don't think so. I think we will instead take the aforementioned waypoint. Oh, that's the luckiest rabbit. Alright, we have to return to Jochi Khan, I believe it is. Okay. Spent 20 minutes on a jumping puzzle in Guild Wars 2. Feels like we... I assume that squeezed a lemon, not squizzed one. Because squizzing a lemon... I'm not sure we're allowed to even discuss squizzing on Twitch. Which jumping puzzle was it? Because they vary between... Oh, this one's cute. And... I think I'd rather have root canal.
I knew you had it in you. Push your limits, and you're now
Yeah.
Here is the recipe.
Give me my goodies. That didn't come out entirely right. I have to craft some Mount Victuals. Mount Victuals. My season pass just hit level 65. Dun dun dun. My Mount Victuals, I believe I have to mount up and feed him the victuals. Here, eat some victuals. They're good for you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Your horse looks strong and eager, but the bond is forged through many hours and...
Yeah. Alright, my riding is up to 20. We're about to head back down south, so I will grab the first race in the quest. I've never finished the actual... I think I've got 4 out of 5 finished on my main. I just haven't done any real work on finishing off the races. Mount up. Here we go again. It's not the exact same route, but pretty similar. Takes you to about the same place, but with a different route. For instance, it takes you by some places where you might have to deal with some hostile mobs. Like those assholes that were just there. Who I'm pretty sure could easily dismount me. But I didn't see were there until it was too late. Oh, that poor hare. I feel guilty. I'm over it. Don't do that. Stop doing that, Lens. Stop clicking the wrong things. Click the right things. Games are easy. Just click the right thing at the right time. Next one, we take a big right turn into the woods. Well, not that big, but okay. Goes through the woods and over the trees to grandmother's house we go. Face purple, crying, found it in a cave with a bunch of fish dudes. Need to jump on a little blue spheres like... Oh, yeah, that one. Little blue spheres like 20 times. Yeah, that's not my favorite. Let me be a little clearer. Yeah, I don't like that one at all. It's not... the only thing that can make it worse would be if they made it timed. For me, the timed jumping puzzles are the ones that are terrible for me. The Mad King's Clock Tower would be a fine example of that. All right, we've got a quest over here. And then we'll head back to town, and on the way back to town, we will grab the quest for the Covenant. I seek furs at the Midnight Den. Yeah! Why, look at that. Iron. There are some jumping puzzles that are basically no stress or low stress. And then there are some that, well, the classic example is the Chalice of Tears. And that's what it's named in the game. The players didn't give it that name. The devs did. For some reason, they were very bad with it. Realize you can use Reaper's Spectral Walk to teleport back if fail. Yeah. There are a couple things like that. In Living World Season 4, there is a device you can get called a Prototype Position Rewinder. that is on a 30-second cooldown that gives you a teleport back. You activate it. If you fall, you activate it a second time and it teleports you back to where you were. You wait for 30 seconds and you can do it again. The prototype positional rewinder is a lifesaver. How did I miss? Stop changing directions on me. Exquisite fur. Now the classic one for doing jumping puzzles is the Mesmer, because they can open portals for other people, makes them very popular. You know, they're the cool kids. Everyone loves a Mesmer at a jumping puzzle. I need one more quality fur. How fortunate that there happens to be another quality fur delivery system. Stop! We mount up again. Pardon me, wolf. We will talk with the Syndicate. I said Guardians earlier when I meant Covenant. But this is the Syndicate.
Please. I see.
We got that one taken care of. We'll also remove that from the track. And we are back in Oxborough Town. Guardian is, I think, in the tavern. We need to talk to him. As the last of the factions.
Imagine like it.
Don't get why Holidays in New World last so long. This was supposed to end on the... It was supposed to end today. They start late than most games and take forever to end. Well... They're not especially good at a lot of the sort of straightforward stuff in running an MMO. Their first actual official kind of anything about the Eternum launch was today, where they basically said, hey, it's been great. Thanks, everyone. You're awesome. We'll have more information in the future. And they should have had that like on day 4 or 5. Commenting on how great the launch was. We're really happy with it. We hope you're all having fun. We'll have more information later. Thanks. Not 3 weeks.
The nobles are...
Let's see. I don't think I'll be using the great axe. I do want to keep one two-handed weapon around. We'll go with a spear. Spear will work. Life staff? No. That is medium. Nah. Ooh, shiny. But it covers my beautiful head. You know what that means. Time to change the headwear skin so everyone can see Harry Mudd. Harcourt Fenton Mudd is his full name. We also don't need to follow the mount quest, so we'll unpin that. The other part you don't get is why they made a weapon for New World that looks like it would be in a solo player game. Yeah, the Greatsword. Well, the Greatsword, the Great Axe, and the Hammer are all oversized, and I'm not sure why, other than to tell other players, look, I have an enormous two-handed weapon. For PvP purposes, I don't know. I honestly don't know. The Greatsword in particular does look not in keeping with the way everything else sort of looks in the game. So I agree with you on that for sure. Okay, we're here. Jonas is there. Fortunately, we have that fast travel point. Big weapons make you think they were in a weed game too. Yeah. Yep. That's a reasonable reaction as well. I occasionally have that issue with some of the Guild Wars 2 weapons, that they look silly. They look like they belong in a JRPG instead of an RPG. Eat hatchet. All right, the mysterious old man fishing on the river. We're coming for you, Jonas. That makes it sound like we're going to beat him up, but no. We're just going to talk. You know, unless he starts some shit, in which case, yeah. Well, but don't start nothing, won't be nothing. Oh, I accidentally rode over that turkey. What a shame. I wasn't intentionally trying to rode over that turkey. Of course not. Who would do such a terribly cruel thing to a turkey? Pardon me,
On the
Jonas?
surface, we are. Away with you, go. Some if you.
Should have named your horse after the peanut butter talking horse. I don't know the peanut butter talking horse. The only talking horse of which I am aware is Mr. Ed. Forsaken Helm of the Sentry. It is better than the one I just got. And kind of cool looking. In a weird, not very effective way. So I'm going to wear it for a while. I'm going to let that one show up for a while. This is not as good as what I am using. Yeah, it's not. It's not worth the empowers lasting 10% longer. In my humble opinion. Thanks for the freebies, though, Jonas. Appreciate it. Talking Host supposedly they used peanut butter to make him look like he was talking. Yeah, that was Mr. Ed. And when I got my my mount earlier, I sang the Mr. Ed song. A horse is a horse, of course, of course. That's Mr. Ed. Now, lest you think, my goodness, the TV programming people in the late 50s and early 60s, were they taking drugs? Stranger than Let's Have a TV Show with a Talking Horse was a show called My Mother the Car, wherein the hero, the protagonist of the TV show, his mother is reincarnated into his car and talks to him through the car radio. I'm not making that up. That was a real TV show.
Nothing but irrelevant answers to forgotten questions.
I know it doesn't seem credible that I could actually be discussing and that is a real thing, but I can assure you, real thing. My mother, the car. Doesn't really seem likely, and yet, as a simple Google will tell you, that was a real thing. Look at just all the... Oh, he beat me to it, that little bastard. I think I threw that very hard right into the rock in front of
me. In memory of Soul Warden Ramanos Avila, bearer of the Eternal Torch, whose service straddled sentence, all souls taking time, but he held steadfast against the darkness until the last. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come.
Under attack from Payam. Hemp. Hemp. He can shoot the kitty. I want the hemp. Do you want the other hemp? I mean, if he wants more hemp, he can. No, he wants to just shoot everything. I want the hemp. Now I'm sneaking. I don't know why. I hit a key. Get up, you lazy lump. I can't believe it. Another player, and they are not grabbing the rest of the hemp. What is this game coming to? That's all the hemp. Oh, and now those guys are crawling after me from a mile away. Why? I have no idea. What did I ever do to them? Nothing. Nothing. God damn it.
In memory of Soul Warden Christina Krenkel, whose gaze never wavered. Her pursuit of humanity's best nature, her defiance of darkness, and her calm wisdom kept the flame of our hopes burning until the last.
I beat him to the earth
May
spire,
her
though.
sacrifice
He's still trying.
Be a lesson to all
His stick-to-itiveness, admirable. Hello, Jonas. He's grabbing some of the honey. I'll let him, if he's going to grab the other honey. We'll kill the bear together. Faster with two. Go in here. Grab armor scraps. Oops. We'll grab that later. We want to grab the gold while we can. That's a long haul to mine that. I wonder if the bear is going to come back before I'm done. Clang, clang, and clang. That's two. I thought there was a third node. I was wrong. Just two nodes. That's fine.
Ghosts are loud here. What?
I don't know about the ghosts being loud. There are boatloads of unpleasant goobers around. Whoop. Box. These guys didn't grab the box. What kind of adventurers are they? There we go. Resiak is back to grab the box. But the other guy, I mean, come on, man.
In memory.
Does he not know why we're here? We're here for the
Beta,
boxes of fat loot.
devoted servant of the order.
I don't consider
He
that to
took
be
no
a
pride,
particularly
no
controversial point of
ambition
view.
in our sacred duty. All that was asked, and much that was not, he gave willingly. By his example, did others embrace our greater purpose. May his sacrifice be a lesson to all who come after.
I guess that was hammer time. Ha ha. No, I didn't say anything. Why do you ask? Hey, you guys. You're in my way, fool. Things can get spicy with respawns all around. I've got one coming for me. Yep, I can see that coming. Sadly, my friend, it's on the opposite side.
in memory of Soul Warden Constanza Soberia, who gave all that was to be given. May her sacrifice be a lesson for those who come after.
Nice being able to pick up all this stuff and get some additional XP in the various gatherings. And back to Jonas Alazar. If he gives you a little extra at the end of a quest, that's the Jonas bonus.
I hear my own voice. My hands on the stone. It will take. But there are. You speak up. There are the vocal.
Mysterious leg wear. I have some new pants. They're mysterious. Let's see. 200 versus 180. Boink. No and no. New pants. Light. Sorry, no. I have possible new pants here, though. Let's see what we've got. Elegant Warrior's Pants of the Soldier. They are probably better. Yeah, better. Don't think they go very well with the rest of my attire, though. I have to say that. Oh. Also, didn't equip that, and let's see, where are we going to next? Where will we go next? Search for the traitors campsite. Not right now. Back to town, I think. Over there's a circle of stars. Well, we'll head back to town. I prefer the horse to the wolf mount I got. The wolf mount makes wolfy noises as you ride, which means some of the time you can't tell whether you're actually being chased by those wolves you just rode past, because your wolf is making wolfy noises. The horse only makes horsey noises. I'm not overly worried if I'm being chased by a pack of horses. Back to Oxborough, which I will always just think of as Everfort. Let's see. Oh, that was the quest I had just outside. Enter the Tomb of the Old Warrior. I rode a little bit too far. Sorry about that. Turkey Lurkey. Is this you? Silly wabbit.
I, Gilgamesh, do solemnly bow under the radiance of the sun and the luminescence of the stars, in the presence of the gods, to serve as an Amara, the blessed inheritor of the eternal fire.
That's 2 out of 7 Temple Guardians I have to murderify.
I vow to be
Ding
both
22!
noble and true, to heed the divine voice, and to aid my people against all hardships and foes. I also swear on my bonded soul to ease the world's pain
That's our first
and
point
to
in
fulfill my
Windsword.
sworn obligations regardless of the price.
Okay. Waves of mobs I must defeat. First one come from that side? Nope, that side. Come on, come on. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. No prob. Had it the whole way. Kind of a pro at this, you know. Oh, it struck me a little weird. We walk up to this thing, it rears up. We whack it once, it explodes, and then we've got to fight this other one. It just seems a little weird. Ow. Jerk. And then they all sort of fall over. It's just a little...
And I am impressed. We will make history together.
You know, you're boring me, Isabella. There's a reason I named my horse after you. I got everything I need. Yep. We'll take the quick trip down. Fell on my keys. One moment. Let me walk it off. Mutton for dinner tonight, boys. Actually, I've never actually had mutton. I've had lamb, but I've never actually had mutton. Mutton,
Well,
mutton. Who's got the
sure.
mutton? Hi, Gracie. How you doing?
But it,
Oh, oh. That's not as good. That's medium gloves. Not interested in medium gloves. And those are heavy. They're not as good as what I'm currently using. Come on, Grace. If you're not giving me the goods, I'm not impressed. Mind you, we've been in this town, run a bunch of quests out of this town already, but now they give us the cinematic, which is nice, I suppose. Oh yeah, and then this guy cops attitude.
Welcome to Oxborough.
No, he's not.
traveler.
Sorry, it's one of the other
Whatever
guards in one of the other
serve
towns that gives you attitude. This guy's fine. He's fine. Oncoming. Sorry, pardon the old man. But, he's old. I'm carrying rather a load of stuff. Constable.
Whatever you kick Constable.
Ask Atticus Delphi. And we left turn. And we right turn.
If you're here to report, perhaps.
Thank you for your assistance, citizen. Jonas's fishing hut east of Oxborough. What do we have? We have a bunch of fibers that we can turn into linen. We can turn 420 plus into 105. We're currently at 3. I'm going to guess we're going to end up maybe at 30. We go from 3 to 27. And how about with leather? Another 47. 53. As you go higher, you get bonus goodies. Next up, we're going to smelt the iron because I'm incapable of not making this bad joke every time. He who smelted it, dealt it. It's really shameful. I need charcoal. If I get a bunch of wood, I can make steel ingots now. I can make steel tools. I can make steel armor and weapons. So I'm going to need some charcoal. And for charcoal, you need wood. For wood, you've got to start with young trees that give you green wood. Later on, you can go with the mature trees, which give you aged wood. Please, no jokes about aged wood coming from mature trees. Because I'm obviously immature. Now, mind you, the wood I have isn't green. Because that would be really scary. So I'm going to chop down a fair number of young trees. We'll get some wood. We'll turn it into charcoal. We'll turn our iron into steel. Let's see what that gets us access to. Leveling up your logging is relatively easy. It's not relatively interesting, but it's relatively easy, at least at the low levels. There's never a shortage of young trees and mature trees if you're willing to at least ride a short distance. I fooled them. I plucked that bush. That sounded wrong. One more. Alright. Make a bunch of charcoal. Make a bunch of steel. Charcoal. We can make a lot of it. Quite a lot. Takes 2 per. We got 20% extra. Our smelting is over 53 now. Oh, didn't leave. We want to make some steel. Can I only make that many? Really? I don't have more iron than that? Evidently I don't. Alright. Checking on something really fast. Okay, I didn't have any of those. Alright. That's engineering, I think, for making tools. I think. Could be wrong. No, I was right. My engineering's not high enough to give me access to those. So, we'll see if we can't get our... I just converted all of my iron, didn't I? I can make a steel longsword. Okay, that's up to 50, but that's not going to get me... I'm looking at making armor. And I have to make additional armor that I've made previously, but I don't have the iron ingots because I just turned them all into steel, because of course I did. So I'm going to buy some iron ingots. How are we doing on leather? Well, I've got plenty of linen for a change. How much are the iron ingots going for? Iron ore is going for half a gold. Iron ingots going for cheaper. So cheaper on a converting the 4 iron into a iron ore into an iron would cost more than just buying the iron ingots. So I'm going to try to make enough iron armor to put me at 50 so I can make steel armor. Because I think the only thing you can make for XP, realistically for the armor smithing, that part, armoring, true. Might also be armoring at the outfitting. So I'm going to go over to the outfitter and see if I can't make a couple of cloth pieces. You get a lot more XP the first time you make an object. Don't think I had any of this, did I? No. So for instance, yeah, armoring is either or. I'm going to make a linen dress because I feel pretty. And that takes me from 40 to 49. So close. We'll salvage that, and then we'll make the material, the cheapest material one of those, which is either going to be the shoes or the gloves. Right now we're a little shorter on leather. We'll make the shoes. That'll put us over 250. We'll salvage those. Armoring 50. Sateen, I can make steel. Alright, let's see what we can make in steel. Steel breastplate. That's going to take almost all of our steel ingots. We can make breastplate and gauntlets. Dex, focus, or mending execute. Time to throw some Azoth at the problem. We're going to make steel breastplate. Gear score of at least 305. Very high chance for attributes and very high chance for perk. We got Dex, which sucks, and the perk's not great either. We have enough to make gauntlets as well. Pour some Azoth on it. Con. Excellent. Empowering Breaker. Whenever your attacks are blocked, gain a stack of Empower. That one's okay. So, significantly better. A whole lot more armor, but Dex. The armor, I think, makes it worth it. Our armoring is up to 60, which gives us obelisk and amrine stuff. I don't really know what those involve. I guess you have to get the recipes for those, presumably as drops. I don't know for sure. I could make a blue quality sword. That is better than what I've got. But I would need void metal, which I'd have to buy. I'd need steel ingots. I think I can make the rugged leather. Lumber, gold ingots. Yeah, basically I'd have to buy everything. But I could make it. First of many. Dex. Ew! Dex! Ew! Dex! Ick. Icky. I'd like to make a kite shield, actually. I can buy 9 steel ingots, I think. I would like to actually have a kite shield instead of the round shield I'm currently using. I'm going to buy 9 steel ingots. Pardon my sort of sniffles. Often happens towards the end of a stream from talking so much. My body rebels. And my sinuses sort of clog up. I have no idea why. They hate me. We'll just go with 1. Order. Buy now. Ow, that hurt. And I need 2 lumber, I think. Or timber. Which was it? Which was it? To timber. Timber! Let's make a shield. Steel kite shield. We have nothing we can intentionally drop into the mod slot, so we're going to have to gamble by adding Azoth. Strength or con, and anything decent. No, we got 2 perks. Healing defense on block. Heal for 2.1% base health. I like that. And gain 2.4% cooldown reduction all the time. I like that too. Did I just drop that on the ground? I did. Because I'm a dope. That's what I meant to do. Boy, wouldn't that be embarrassing to accidentally drop something good on the ground and have someone else scoop. Currently carrying half of my carry weight. Time to drop some stuff off. Resources, craft mods, fishing, and cooking. There we go. I think I'm going to call it an evening here, just a touch early. It's a nice break point. Need to get up and stretch and kind of try to air out my sinuses so I can breathe through them. I want to thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight. I will be taking tomorrow off. Should be back on Thursday, knock on wood. As always, thank you guys very much for hanging out. I really genuinely appreciate it. I hope the rest of your Tuesday night goes great. Hopefully you'll see me soon. Have a great rest of your evening. Take care, and ciao for now. Good night, guys.